These doctors don't know what they're doing. One diagnoses me with this, one diagnoses with that. So specifically opposite of each other.
Jennie, you were so quiet about this.
I'm not told.
Nobody really knows this story. This is the first time you're telling me. You're now in this diagnosis with
breast cancer, lipedema, prediabetes, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, hormonally imbalanced, so many cascading diagnoses.
And God started to speak and say, yo, Jennie, let's look at our history.
Everything is a symptom.
Yeah.
I began to ask the Lord, what's the bottom line? What's really, really wrong?
The part about it for you was that you just wanted to do it with the Lord.
I wanted to do it with the Lord.
And you wanted to do what you felt like God was telling you to do.
The minute I found out I had cancer, He told me 4 things. 1,
hey everybody, this is Rita Springer. Welcome again to another episode of the Rita Springer podcast. And worship is my weapon. If you have tuned in today for this particular episode, whether you are suffering from any kind of a health issue, I want those of you that are watching this one to just almost keep in mind that this is really probably a really good one to send to your friends that are struggling with any kind of like a health diagnosis, cancer, autoimmune issues, muscle problems, joint issues, like anything that somebody's been walking through in crisis. I've been looking forward to this because I was so happy that Jennie called me and was like, hey, can we talk about this? And can we talk about this on your podcast? And I was like, get over here. Let's talk about this. Jennie Lee Riddle is with us today. Jennie and I have been friends for way over 20 years. We were kind of, what is it? You said 1997.
Andrew was a baby. I don't even think he was born yet.
Yeah,
I was still living in Plano, so it has to have been like 97, 98.
Yeah. We've both been in the worship field for a long time, leading worship, writing songs. Jennie's probably song that most everybody in the whole universe knows. I mean, it's almost like How Great Is Our God. If people don't know Rev's song, Revelation song, you are the one who composed that song years ago. It's still, I think, one of the most reverent songs in the church that I love singing. And you've just been down this road in worship, songwriting, publishing, the whole thing. But you have this really insane story, especially in the last 3 years, where you came to the almost like this fork in the road with your health.
Yeah, for sure.
And it created this 3-year, I think it was a pretty difficult journey for you.
It's been wild.
Yeah.
It's been wild.
But what's so amazing about the last 3 years is that this has kind of been something that the Lord started way back in the day.
Right after I got saved.
All of a sudden you're like, oh, this is what he was talking about. And I think there's so many times in life that we give up before we get to where, because we just figure God must have forgotten or I must have got it wrong or whatever. So I would love for you, however you want to segue into this, maybe Jennie, like just take us from here I am. I've been writing music for years. I'm publishing music. You're the initial instigator of People in Songs, which is just an incredible, you mother artist. This is why this is so amazing is because it's a lonely world out there, Jennie. Mothering artists. And so to have another mother in the field of mothering and raising up artistry and raising up creativity in sound and song, you've been doing that, you and Darren been doing that for a long time. So just kind of tell us, even maybe, Jennie, like your shift out of Dallas into Indiana.
Yeah, Indiana.
Where you bought this convalescent mansion and kind of started this dream that you even then didn't really realize what you were doing.
I know. Yes, I'd be happy to. The pieces of the puzzle that were all over the place and I couldn't see it have all kind of come together.
Yes. What's a great way to describe that?
And what's remarkable to me is that puzzle box. I saw it 38 years ago.
Yeah.
I saw the whole top of it. I just didn't know that I'd ever actually get to see it in real life. I believed that I would until I didn't.
Yeah.
So I'll start with where I am now.
Yeah.
How about that? And thank you for having me.
Yeah,
thank
you
so much.
Of course. You're the best.
This is a joy. I love you very much.
Same.
Actually, before I go there, can I just go back a few years? I remember one of the hardest times in our life, mine and my husband. 9/11 had just happened.
Yeah.
And we were looking at potentially losing our home and everything because all of our contracts fell through.
Wow.
As a result of 9/11.
Yeah.
It was still your music even then that got me through every single bit of it. Thank you again.
Yeah.
Just thank you again.
Absolutely.
Well, so 3 years ago, I was diagnosed formally with breast cancer in my right breast. 2 different kinds of cancer, two different kinds of tumor. 3 total tumors were found. And they told me then that I had had cancer for 3 to 5 years probably based on the size of everything. And so for all the moms out there who are busy taking care of everybody and not taking care of yourself, stop and take care of yourself. Being hormonally imbalanced isn't normal. It's actually not. Going through menopause and just charging through like like your life hasn't changed, because your life is changing. As women, we go through all kinds of ups and downs hormonally and through different seasons of life. It's really important to learn how to navigate those. I didn't know that. I just kept charging right through.
Yeah. Which most people do, Jennie. Most women do.
Most do.
And I don't think you and I come from a generation where menopause was ever really even talked about.
No, we just charged through. We knew that there were hot flashes.
Yeah.
That's all we knew, is that the old women in our lives complained about those. I don't know about that.
Exactly.
So there was a lot going on, and I ignored all kinds of signs. I just didn't know.
Yeah.
So when I found out I had cancer, I was actually in Amarillo, Texas, and at our Airbnb there. And the Lord was so quick. My first thought was, am I going to die? I wasn't afraid of dying.
Yeah.
I haven't been afraid of dying since the Lord asked me to give him my death. That was when I first got saved.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid of dying. I was afraid of not being ready to die, with all my I's dotted and T's crossed. I was concerned about, if my will was in order. I was concerned about who would clean out my house and is everything ready.
Yeah.
I was concerned about how to pass on the businesses. I was concerned about all those different things.
Wow.
And my husband. I was very concerned about my husband. I wasn't afraid of actually dying. It seemed like a mountain of work to get ready to die.
Interesting.
That's
a great way to put it.
That led me on a whole journey. Well, we can talk about that too. I think we need to live that way, honestly.
Yeah.
So quickly though, the Lord told me 4 things. The minute I found out I had cancer, he told me 4 things. 1, do not look at the cancer as the problem.
Yeah.
It is a symptom of the problem. The problem is your body, and I want to heal the ecosystem of your whole body.
Wow.
That's one thing. And that relieved me a ton, because I've been sick all my life, actually, most all of my life. There's been, my body has not behaved. And at the same time, I was also very strong. So I'm not sure if that was just stubborn will, God's anointing, or I'm not sure. But I was very, very strong and very, very sick. The second thing the Lord told me is that this world would kill me faster.
What do you think he meant by that?
The days we're in. I think the days we're in are going to cost us all.
Yeah.
But the good news is we all go home. Somehow or another, at some point, we all die. And so we don't talk about it much.
Yeah.
The Lord, that was the first thing he taught. We don't talk about it much.
In fact, there aren't a lot of sermons that are preached on Sunday morning about heaven.
It's the final exam
of
life.
Right.
And Paul says, I die daily. That's how we study for it.
Yeah.
I want to do it well. When it's time, I want to do it well. I hope I do. I want to, but the only way to learn to do that, I think, is the way Paul said, I die daily.
Yeah.
Yesterday was 1 week since the passing of Charlie Kirk.
Yeah.
I think all of us understand that to live a godly Christian life, love the Lord vocally, share our testimonies out loud, it's going to be costly.
Yeah.
At a
Could cost
minimum.
us something.
At a minimum, aggravation of the enemy and people. It's okay. But the third thing he told me that the protocol that is used to treat cancer is as barbaric as a lobotomy, and that one day we would look back on it and say, what on earth did we do to people?
Yeah.
And I believe that's true. In this journey, I've witnessed so many people who have tried so many things, and it has all but destroyed their physical bodies. They're almost in worse shape than had they not done anything. In not all cases is that true, but in many cases that's true. And every one of them said the same thing. If I had it to do over again, I would try to do things differently. That's interesting to me. I've met so many. And then the fourth thing, actually we'll touch on it a little bit later, I think. I want to go back to the ecosystem of your body. All of us, according to what I've discovered, everything I've learned tells us that we all have cancer cells in our body. I didn't know that. Did you know that? I didn't know that.
I've heard that before, yeah. But I think a lot of that too is environmental, foods that you eat, dyes that are in our foods, all the things that are kind of unhealthy, especially in this nation.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. And so keeping your body in a place where it can just fight everything all the time is right.
Yeah.
And, we have all of these everything boosts your autoimmune system. Everything boosts your vitamin C, boost your immune system, boost this. I have learned that when I take anything that is a boosting anything, it throws my body into hyperdrive. My autoimmune issues can't deal with it. So I've had Sjogren's for a long time, and I didn't know that's what it was called.
Describe Sjogren's, because I don't even know what Sjogren's is.
I didn't know that.
Sounds like a Japanese restaurant.
I know it does. It's spelled Sjorens. So it began, I always, as a child, I couldn't go in the sun easily. My eyes would burn, and they'd start watering till I couldn't see. And I would burn so severely that I'd end up actually going to the hospital sometimes. And I didn't know that's a symptom. What I've discovered is everything is a symptom of something. And I began to ask the Lord, let's put it all together, God. What's the bottom line? What's really, really wrong? Well, so Sjogren's, I can't drive easily, and it is because my eyes will start to water so badly when I go out in the sun and burn bad, like really bad.
Is that a retinal thing?
No.
In your eyes?
No. And I'm not a doctor, so please don't misunderstand and think that I'm the expert on all this. He has gotten me to this point.
Yeah.
But he's been a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. He's been the still small voice behind me, and he's gone before me saying, And so I've learned. So it's a fluid issue. Your body doesn't deal with fluids correctly.
Okay.
And so that also has to do with lipedema. So
and that's what you have too is lipedema, which describe the difference between lipodema, right? Is that
lipedema and lymphedema?
Lymphedema and lipodema. People get those confused a lot, and they're very different.
They're very, very different. So lymphedema, I don't struggle with that so much. You'll recognize that your lower extremities, your lower limbs get real large and thick.
Yes.
That is lymph fluid that just has no place to go, and it's pulling everywhere.
Yeah.
It doesn't leave. I remember in 96, I was told by my doctor, and I don't know how she knew this. It was Dr. Ann Coleman in Dallas told me that I was carrying at all times 7 to 11 extra liters of fluid.
Wow.
Now go ahead and picture that. Picture a 2-liter bottle.
Yeah.
She said I was at all times carrying 7 to 11 liters.
Your body was just, wow.
Yeah, it's really, really, really rough. It's kind of debilitating.
Is that because your body doesn't have what it needs in order to expel?
They don't know yet.
Wow.
This is an understudied area.
Yeah.
They don't have a cure for it yet. If you go and research, you are not going to find cures.
Okay.
So that's led me on a very real investigative journey. I don't believe there's anything that God has not already healed in the cross.
Yeah.
So just because science hasn't found it yet doesn't mean it's not out there. I'm determined in my life I'm going to. This is a problem for mostly women that is so real. Back to lipedema. So it's a staged disease. It has 4 stages to it. And your body creates these deranged fat cells, basically.
And this is what you have.
Yeah, okay. I do. But I won't always.
Yeah.
We're going to find the cure for it.
Yeah.
I'm going to. Or I'm going to live or die trying.
Yeah.
So it's a staged disease. It's deranged fat cells. Your body doesn't know what to do with toxins, and it creates these fat cells and then sticks toxins in them. And then there you are. And they feel like pearls, like they feel hard knots under your skin.
Wow.
It's awful. So it's not the same thing as cellulite. It's not the same thing as fat. My lower legs are fine. They are a normal size. My feet are fine. This is so much information for everybody out there.
But there may be somebody that struggles with this.
I know that
nobody
it's a thing,
talks
so
about it.
I am going to talk about it. And I just apologize to those of you that, are indulging me right now with getting to talk about it. But I think it's so important for people. I've learned to keep it at bay.
Yes.
That's a big deal. Just keeping it at bay is a big, big deal. I carry it in my upper arms.
Yeah.
I wear a size 7 times larger on my upper body than I do on my lower.
That's crazy.
Wow. And it's because of my arms.
Yeah.
It's nuts. My grandmother had the same profile.
Okay, so this is hereditary.
It's genetic. It is genetic. So I've learned how to halt it, and if you go to any doctor out there that actually knows about it, they'll tell you it's impossible to lose weight. Well, I don't believe in impossible, although I will tell you, it has been almost impossible. I was a dancer all of my childhood. I was in cheerleading. I was drill team, danced all the way up until I stopped. I got married in November of 88. I got pregnant in around April. By the time 3 months had passed in my pregnancy, I had gained 70 pounds.
Do you think the hormonal changes maybe kicked it into gear?
I think that's probably part of it.
Okay.
But you're not going to believe what I'm fixing to tell you. When I was in Plano, Texas, Flower Mound, Texas, I was at Herb Family Medicine. That was oddly one of the very first places that the Lord had me go when I found out I had cancer, was to a chiropractor. A friend, mutual friend of my son, had told me I needed to go visit them, that they understood it. And so I went, and they explained to me that getting your spine aligned is the first step in causing your whole body to communicate, helping your whole body to communicate. Well, this is where things got wild for me. They did x-rays on my back, and they asked me when I broke my neck. And they said, it looks like you have a 30-year-old accident right here. And they showed me where. I did have a 30-year-old accident, a little over that. And I didn't know I broke my neck. I had whiplash, but I didn't know I broke my neck. And they said, this right here is what is causing your body to not communicate with itself well. We have to get that functioning. They also they showed me my x-rays. I had scoliosis. I didn't know this.
Yeah.
It began when I started favoring that side after this horrible car wreck I had been in. And I started favoring that side, and over time it curved my spine pretty big. So we did a protocol that lasted, I think, a couple of weeks, and I went through all these different machines that helped to get my spine straight. I was very grateful, and I felt completely different. Well, the Lord asked me, Jennie, when did you stop dancing? And I said, when I got fat. And he said, no, when did you stop dancing? And I thought about it, and I was in my dance outfit when they cut me out of the car.
Oh, in the car accident. Okay.
When they cut me out of the car, I had been dancing. I haven't danced since
So
then.
you were little when that car accident happened?
No, I wasn't little. I was 19.
Okay. Very young, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. 18, maybe 18, 19. I think it was 19.
Yeah.
But they had to cut me out of it. A drunk driver had hit me. And that was the last time I danced.
Wow.
So that is also like so close to when all of the problems began manifesting.
Right.
I think it had something to do with my spine.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I'm going to plug, making sure you get your spine in alignment.
Yeah.
I think that's a very real deal. And ever since I've been very faithful to get chiropractic adjustments, everything's working.
Yeah.
Now, in addition to that, I've had to learn how to navigate inflammation, which is such a huge root cause of everything.
Yeah.
When your body's inflamed, when your gut's not right, getting my gut right, that's one of the main causes of autoimmune. If your gut's not right, your body can't function. So all of that to say, all of the hard work, I've lost 72 pounds.
Yeah.
And that's almost impossible for someone with lipedema. And I've learned how to combat it. It's an inflammatory disease.
Yeah.
So all of my things, every single thing I've dealt with is all inflammatory related.
Yeah.
Now, what I don't know is the cause of the inflammation. I'm going to find that out too.
Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. Hey, Tribes community. Welcome again to Daily Devotional Cooking in the Kitchen with Rita. I've had a lot of people ask me for, when are you going to do this? And when are you going to do that? And when are you going to do this? Well, I have created a platform on my website under the tab Community, where you will be then taken to Tribes. And I am inviting you to be part of my tribe. We are doing Bible studies and daily devotionals and throwing some cooking shows in there on my favorite recipes.
Bon appetit.
Doing mentorships and songwriting things that we're going to be uploading. So if you want to be part of my tribe, part of my community, please go to ritaspringer.com, click on that community tab. On that, there is a subscription tier that you can subscribe to where you can get different content.
Every song has a story.
If you want more content, join my community. So I'm gonna back you up to a timeline so people that are listening can kind of follow the timeline. 3 years ago, you get diagnosed with a pretty bad batch of cancer, but they also tell you that you've had that in your body for a while.
3 to 5 years.
3 to 5 years. So which causes you to realize you have not taken care of yourself the way you need to take care of yourself. Yeah. You've also for years been struggling with lipedema and trying to manage that as best you can, trying to find the bottom of it, get to the bottom of it, trying to lose weight, which seems impossible sometimes to try to do it. That's telling you, okay, you're going to have to switch your diet. You're going to have to switch different things. You're going to have to do different things. But then you have almost a whole completely different timeline in finding out that your spine's out of alignment, but your spine's been out of alignment since you had a car accident where you damaged
it all cascaded.
Your neck. Right. So you're now in this diagnosis with breast cancer, and God's started to speak and say, yo, Jennie, let's look at our history and let's look at what you have been looking at in your lipedema, what is working, what is not working. And I want to send you on a journey through this diagnosis with what I want to do to heal your body.
Yep.
So when you get that diagnosis and you're hearing God give you these 4 kind of counts, how do you go about, because you're also, you're seen by a medical doctor. Didn't you go to Mayo?
No, they wouldn't take me. I wasn't unique enough. So
Mayo.
Yeah, I just have a normal kind of breast cancer. There's nothing special
But
enough.
they did say to you, because I remember when you called me and we were praying about it, they wanted to
Oh, they wanted
Their whole thing was, let's do a double mastectomy.
They wanted to do a full-on mastectomy for sure. Mm-hmm.
And then let's get you on this whole regime of chemotherapy. And basically, let's hold this off. Let's try to get this out of your body. And you just felt like the Lord said, nope.
He told, and this, I'm careful to just say that out loud because I don't want anybody to blindly follow what God told me.
Well, this is your story. Like, this is your story.
But you have, So it was a harrowing one. My husband didn't have faith for it yet. He asked me, the Holy Spirit asked me not to do the mastectomy. I now know why. It would have caused so much more trouble with my upper arms.
Got it. With the lipedema.
Yeah, and I watched my grandmother lose her mobility completely. I mean, as it is right now, again, so much information. My arms have torn my rotator cuffs.
Right. Gosh.
And that's how heavy. You know? And so and anything you do to them causes fluid to just balloon. So I just have to be very careful. And it was kind of a pick your poison. I knew that living with cancer could be a horrible thing.
Yeah.
I also knew living with lipedema could be so utterly debilitating. And
so you were kind of taking all the information about what would this do? What would that do? Then what would that do to what's already going on with me?
All of it.
Yeah.
And I just felt like the Holy Spirit said, I'm going to heal your whole body. And I knew it would be a journey. I knew I would love things to be fast. I love fast.
Yeah.
No, I knew it would be a journey as if I'd not already been on one.
Right.
And I knew it would be a whole turnaround lifestyle. Well, when the Lord told me that, the very first, anyone that knows me knows I am a serial domain buyer. But
you are a serial domain buyer.
The very first one I bought was...
The serial domain that you're looking for, Jennie probably
I actually have it if you need your domain. I probably have it. And I've been holding it for you for years, waiting for revival time.
So good.
Waiting for revival time. I have it. Call me. I'll give it to you. Anyway, all the way back, Turnaround Lifestyle in 1989. It's the first one the Lord gave me. It's the first one I bought. And he told me then that we'd be doing this.
Turnaroundlifestyle.com.
Yeah, turnaroundlifestyle.com. He told me then the website doesn't look great yet. But he told me then we'd be doing all this. I just didn't know I'd have to walk through it.
Right.
That makes sense.
Right, because God's speaking to you about certain things. You're buying domain names that you're getting from the Lord while you're kind of going through all this body stuff. When did you start putting two and two together? In the cancer diagnosis?
No. Oh, well, yes. Two and two together, yes. But the puzzle pieces ages ago. When I got pregnant with Daniel, our first one, I told you I gained 70 pounds right then. In 3 months, 4 months, by 4 months, I was full 70 pounds. Like it was there to live. I remember I was still able to lay on my carpet. So I wasn't so pregnant that I couldn't lay flat. I was laying on my carpet, bawling my eyes out. I didn't know what had hijacked my body.
Right.
And to make it worse, my pastor's wife at the time said, you've got to lose weight. You're gaining weight so fast. You have to start eating completely no fat. And so she taught me for the first time in my life how to eat margarine and fake sour cream and
all
pasta
the things that are probably
and
the
rice
worst for
and
you.
Beans, all the things that were not
right, because that's all we knew then, right?
That was the protocol then.
Yeah.
And so, and the more faithful I was, the more I gained.
Oh, Jennie.
And I'm so obedient. Like I was so obedient. The more I ate what I was taught, the more I gained. It was awful. And the more inflamed.
You felt.
Inflamed. I remember laying on my carpet bawling and asking the Lord, how did this happen to my body? What has happened? I don't know what to do. And he didn't heal me right then. He did not. He gave me a picture of myself. And the picture was me in a bright yellow t-shirt. And he knew that I did not like yellow. And I was so fat, there's no way I'd wear a t-shirt. He knew I would not wear a t-shirt. It was me in a bright yellow t-shirt. And it said, I've lost 70 pounds. Ask me how.
So he gives you this vision.
Yep. And I don't love the idea of being a walking yellow
billboard. That's not who you are.
That's not my way. And so I knew then that it would take time and that it would be my testimony. and it would be humiliating, and it would be okay.
But did you also feel, because you're such an internally it's so the deep calling to deep on the inside, not everybody's like this. And so you have this really beautiful internal way that you look at things. Are you seeing that vision back then? And are you just thinking what many would think, oh, I'm going to lose 70 pounds and get skinny? Or are you thinking...
I did believe that I would one day get skinny again.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, so I would probably think that too, but there's a deeper thing that God was saying.
Mm-hmm. My grandmothers, my uncles, all struggled with obesity their lifetime.
Okay.
It was a huge fear.
Okay. All right.
It was gigantic.
Lay it out there. Yeah.
And I didn't have compassion for it.
Wow. Oof, that's a good way to say it.
I do now. I understand it. It sucks. Can I say that on your podcast?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
It does. It totally sucks.
It sucks. And learning how to live in your own skin and not hide your life is a real big deal.
Yeah.
And I think there's a huge difference between learning to live in the skin you have with courage.
Yeah.
And also choosing to be nonchalant about your health. Those are two different things. So there are extremely healthy people who are working really hard living in bodies that just don't work well. That's a true thing.
Yeah.
And then there's also the converse to that. There's people who are living in unhealthy bodies because we've made ourselves unhealthy.
Unhealthy, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so this whole turnaround idea is for both of those.
Yeah.
Either way, we have to learn how to live a completely different lifestyle.
Because there's part of your story that you weren't taking care of yourself. You didn't even go to the doctor.
Yeah, no. That was
or for checkups or routine
I was bad
things.
about that.
Yeah.
I was really bad about that.
Yeah.
I didn't take the time.
Yeah.
I was too busy. I had no margin and no balance, and I didn't realize it. You know, our generation, we power through everything.
We just power through it. Pick up your bootstraps.
That's how we do.
Moving.
And so it never occurred to me to do anything other than just keep moving.
Which I think that the reason I'm going back to that point is because I think that's such it's such a truthful place to stand and say, hey, look, he's never not wanted you to take care of yourself. Ministry, if you're in full-time ministry and you're not taking care of yourself, like it's not the Lord. Yep. You know, the Lord wants you to take care of yourself.
We have to.
Yes. Yeah.
We have to. If we're going to love others at all, we have to also love ourselves well. So I don't know where the notion came from that I'm last.
Wow. Oof. Oof, Jennie.
I don't know where that came from. It sounds at first noble. It sounds at first right. It sounds like you're, self-sacrificing. All of those sound really good. Yeah. But you wouldn't treat your car that way and expect it to get you around.
That's so good. There's so many, I've like that hits me emotionally. It's a false narrative.
It's a false narrative.
That says I'm last. So everybody else gets to see the doctor before I do it. Everybody else gets that before I do. They
all get all of my margin. Everybody gets all my margin. And that's not their fault. That's my fault.
No. This is a self-induced.
It's a self-induced problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. But you don't know where yours came from. You don't know
the lipedema. Which one?
No, the I'm last.
I think it's me. I also think it is women a lot of the time. Being a mom.
That's right. Yeah.
And I also think it's the culture of Christianity that we grew up in when we came into the Lord.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
I don't know where it happened.
Yeah. But you took it on.
I took it on hard.
And then you find yourself last. And now the Lord's like, hey, we've got some problems we're going to deal with.
And here's the good news. He wasn't surprised by any of it. He's not caught off guard by it. He's not any less able to heal it 30 years down the road than he was then.
Yeah.
I'll never have a bikini body. That's fine. he's not shocked by it. He knew we would get to this point.
Right.
He gave me the name for this whole thing all those years ago.
For a .comer.
He gave me the name years ago. And all the different pieces and steps. I think I've tried every diet that's ever been made. I really do. I really do.
I think I've known you for over 20 years. And every time we talked, you were on something new.
Trying.
And you were pushing through to no gluten, no this, no that, no that. Okay, so you get to the diagnosis. Darren's like, your husband's like.
He was great. He was go get the surgery. We are going to walk through this and we are going to get to the other side of it. And Jennie, I don't care. Let's get you healthy. And
you're like, I'm not doing surgery.
I'm not doing surgery. The Lord has told me no. And he did not have faith for that initially.
Well, of course not. Like, you have to give him that. Yeah.
He did. He wanted to keep me. And my son called and said, Mom, you're the only mom I have. Please do what you need to do.
Hey, a little segue here to just remind those of you who really love what the podcast is carrying, love what I do. You know that I mentor, you know that I work with creative and artists. We are in some exciting things this year with my nonprofit, Wearing Justice, but I can't do a lot of these things unless I have help and donations. We are a charitable organization, a nonprofit, and it's Christian education based. And if you are out there and you love to donate to things that not just inspire people, but heal people while people are being inspired, would you consider donating to my nonprofit, Wearing Justice? If you just click this QR code that you're seeing on the screen, you can donate and give any amount of donation. It was greatly appreciated. I would so appreciate it because I can keep doing what I feel like God's called me to do and really keep believing in artists everywhere and how God is using the arts to heal people's heart. And I love that. I just love what I do. I want to keep this up, but I need your help to do it. So would you consider today making a donation to Wearing Justice and help keep this all up and running? Jennie, you were so quiet about this.
I'm not told.
Nobody really knows this story. This is the first time you're telling me. And can I just I want to ask you a couple questions there because this is a very curious spot for me because you can only answer it from your perspective of your reasoning. But there is also this stigma in our Christian culture and our faith culture that, man, why aren't you calling the hotline for the prayer chain being like, I just got this diagnosis, I need to get prayer, like that. We grew up in that generation, but you keep it a secret and you don't say anything. Is it because the road that you felt like God was telling you to walk out, you'd be like, oh, I'd be crucified for not getting...
It wasn't that.
Okay.
So it took me a long time to tell my family. I didn't tell my mom. I didn't tell people.
Why?
It can't lead anyone to presumptuousness. I was walking a road I did not know. It had to be step-by-step faith.
So did you want to do that almost on your own without the resounding voices of other people saying, you should, maybe you should, maybe you should do this?
I was terrified that anybody would follow me.
Okay. With where you were going, because where you were going was not the norm.
I didn't know where I was going. I knew I was with the Lord. And
okay, can you just say that again? Because I want people to hear this. Mm-hmm. This is not, okay, would you say your journey may not be for everybody?
My journey may not be for everybody, for sure.
For sure. But this, it makes me want to cry. The part about it for you was that you just wanted to do it with the Lord.
I wanted to do it with the Lord.
And you wanted to do what you felt like God was telling you to do. And I think that is what speaks so profoundly to me, because some of us would never, that's not the first thing that I might go fear first, and what are all the options? What are all the chemotherapy options? Blah, 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 blah. But you were like, you felt like you heard the Lord, so you were going to follow the Lord.
Now, I do believe in testing. You know? So I went to, I'm not going to name names, but I went to a cancer clinic.
Yeah.
And we don't have to understand everything. We don't have to know everything. We don't have to be fully educated, but we do need to know God's yes and no.
Okay.
God's yes and no is enough to lead us everywhere. Went in, it was a morgue. It felt like death. It felt like death in every possible way. And if there was a vortex of the presence of the Lord, it was that place. And I was like, well,
because everybody around you was.
It wasn't even the people. It was the atmosphere. Oh. It was everything. And I sat there and I'm like, Lord, where are you? I'm here. Darren and I have come here. And this is supposed to be one of the best places. Where are you? I couldn't stay. I can't stay. He walked out with me. He did not walk in with me. Now that's not for everybody.
Right. But
I have to be,
this is the journey.
If we are going to follow Jesus, we have to follow Jesus.
Right.
That is not a mass movement, although it is. We're one body.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we all stand before Almighty God alone.
Yeah.
And we have to answer to him alone. And we are all so made in his image, but also so unique.
Yeah.
Because of our circumstances, our geographic location, everything. We don't know what's hitting us. There's a one size fits all that is found in the Bible.
Yes. Yes.
There's a one size fits all.
Yeah.
It is biblical. That. And then there is all kinds of opinions out there that are not one size fits all. Mm-hmm. And so I've learned so much, and I've learned to follow him. I was not in touch with my body. I didn't. People would say, you just need to feed your body what it needs. I'm like, what is that? Give me that Cheeto.
Right.
What is that? And Cheeto's an exaggeration. I never ate that way, but
right.
I didn't know what my body wanted or needed. I know now. It has its own voice, which is very different than flesh. People assume that they're the same. Like you're like it's sinful somehow for your flesh to speak to you and you answer it.
Yeah. You're not talking flesh.
I'm not talking flesh, carnal man.
Yeah.
I'm talking about taking care of your vehicle.
Yeah.
When lights go off, you don't fight the light. You find out what the problem is.
Right.
So he's just taught me. And walking that way out of that clinic that day.
You walked out of that clinic. And Darren's like, what are we doing here?
Yeah. He's in agreement. He's starting to get buy-in. All the research that I did let me know that cancer cannot live in an oxygenated body.
Okay.
Cancer loves sugar.
Okay.
There's so many different things I began to learn and piece together, and I'm a researcher like crazy.
Yeah.
So all of that came into great, it just came fully rushing forward like an actual gift from God. And he just helped me study. And I found all kinds of things. I'm not going to give actual protocol things because everybody's body's different.
Right.
But it required a lot of me. And a complete...
It did. 3 years.
Well, but every day, complete turnaround.
Yeah.
Complete in every way turnaround.
So you just started researching.
Tons.
And then when did you start trying things?
Immediately.
Okay, so what's some of the first things you tried for your body?
My spine, getting my spine right.
Okay.
Getting my spine right. Oxygen, tons.
Getting oxygen back in the body.
Yeah. You need to have your body fully oxygenated. That's just true.
How did you do that? Hyperbaric?
Hyperbaric chambers, one of the ways.
Yeah.
Yep, a lot of it.
And you're not, are you seeing doctors still?
I have a wonderful team.
Okay.
They're holistic healers.
Okay.
And also I have 2 oncologists.
Okay.
And so one of them is fully holistic and able to really help a ton.
Yeah.
The other one is in the medical world, and I use both of them completely differently. One of them helps me to get all of my PET scans and MRIs and sonograms, which I do every 3 months to keep track of all of it. And then the other helps me to heal naturally.
Yeah.
So I'm being cagey, and I know I'm being cagey, and I'm sorry. It's just, I don't want anybody to just jump out there and do the things I've been doing.
Yeah, but it's okay to talk about how you did it, how the Lord led you to do it, because what's your .comer?
You mean the name?
Yeah, the turnaround
lifestyle.
Turnaround lifestyle. Mm-hmm. Like you're just kind of talking about your turnaround lifestyle.
Yep.
And you just start doing the things in your research that you feel like, are you reading these things and you could feel like the Lord be like that.
Oftentimes that was the case. Oftentimes he would have me go backwards.
Okay.
Example, I was born 6 weeks early. And I don't recall not being sick as a child.
Okay.
The pink stuff, the penicillin, the pink
liquid.
Amoxicillin,
yeah.
Well, back then, penicillin.
It was penicillin.
And I don't remember not having pink stuff. That's so bad for you, right? And I had chronic bronchitis then and pneumonia on occasion. I was sick, ear infections, had my tonsils removed and my adenoids removed by the time I was in junior high. They didn't think you needed those. You do need those. Please don't have them removed. So a cascade effect began then. So he began really, when did you first remember being sick is one of the first questions he asked me. I've always been sick. And I remembered that pink stuff. So I began Googling the effects of penicillin on your body as a child, chronic antibiotics as a child. Well, it had to have led to a destroyed gut, completely destroyed gut. So much, right?
Yeah.
So getting my gut fixed was huge. That's a big, big deal.
How long do you think that took you to just start really looking at all the gut issues that you had? Did you have GERD?
Oh, yeah. So GERD was chronic also. And the first bout of that was, I was in Oregon. So Emily was a baby. And it was that became a kind of a debilitating thing on its own.
Yeah.
So that's not normal.
Right.
GERD's not normal.
Right, yeah.
I took
acid reflux, all that kind of stuff.
It was so bad. I took Zantac was what it was back then. I took it for years, which I think has been recalled now. Like something recalled. Took Zantac for years. And I was afraid to go to sleep without it. And those of you who haven't know why. Mm-hmm. I don't take any of that anymore. I take nothing. Seriously, it's fine. I had prediabetes. I was diagnosed with prediabetes in 95. And I had prediabetes all those years and monitored it with food so that I never went into full-blown diabetes. I didn't ever take insulin. I just constantly watched. I pricked my finger all the time, watched my blood. It's fine. My A1C's fine. I haven't had to touch anything now in 3 years.
Yeah.
And everything gets monitored all the time. Let's see. GERD, prediabetes, NAFLD, which is non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. That's a whole thing by itself. And so that's an inflammatory issue as well. So many cascading diagnoses.
Yeah.
The Lord, I kept thinking that these doctors, that was part of the reason I didn't go to the doctors. These doctors don't know what they're doing. One diagnoses me with this, one diagnoses me with this, another with this and this. It all seemed so specifically opposite of each other in so many ways. And I, in my heart of hearts, knew that those were all symptoms. I just knew it. And so putting it all together, I just began to really pray, Lord, what is the root? What is the real problem? All these symptoms cannot be isolated thing. Right, it has to be a waterfall cascade effect. So when that revelation hit and when I let him start to heal my whole ecosystem, cancer might be the best thing that ever happened to me.
Wow. Yeah.
And he called it a symptom. I think that's really important.
Yeah.
I think everybody does need to listen to that.
Yeah.
He called it a symptom. And the whole ecosystem that permits cancer to grow and thrive and have a home is what needs to be repaired.
So what are the things that you began to do holistically and on a daily basis?
Every single day?
Yeah.
So removing toxins is huge. Remove toxins out of your environment, literally out of your environment. And remove them off your body. So your shampoos and your your body treatments, everything like that, gone. Your toothpaste, everything.
So you just went holistic the whole way.
Yeah, and I always kind of had been. You remember when we very first met? You remember I got you all that stuff from Whole Foods.
Yeah.
Always, that's been always. Yeah. So I just never put it all together all at the same time.
But what about people that it's like, I that's just too much for me. I can't change my shampoo. Are you kidding me? Like, I'm kind of like that where it's like, I'm not changing that. Like, do you feel like in order for it to happen, all of that stuff has to?
I think you do. You wouldn't, if you had, if you were surrounded by robbers that wanted in your house.
Yeah.
You wouldn't lock all of them, but choose to keep one window open because you like the way the breeze feels.
Okay, so you did everything.
Everything.
Soaps,
all
lotions,
at one time.
Cleaners.
Everything.
Detergent, the whole 9 yards.
If it was causing inflammation, it didn't go in my mouth. If it was an inflammatory food, it didn't go in my mouth. If it subdued inflammation, it went in my mouth. Nothing that was not natural. There's some very real beautiful things. God told us in Genesis what to eat for food. Do you remember?
Yeah.
He told us in Ezekiel, however, what to eat for medicine. And he told us again in Revelation, the very last book. You would think this would be in Genesis, but in the very last book, in the last chapter, he says there's healing in the leaves of the trees for the nation. Yes, we're talking also in heaven, but that's actually applicable here. That leaves are healing. Food is food. Medicine is medicine. So when you go look at what's biblical, you're going to see that leaves and roots are healing foods. They're medicine foods. And
so describe what a leaf is. If I'm going to eat a leaf, what am I going to eat?
Dandelion. All of those kinds of bitter herbs, that's medicine.
But realistically, Jennie, nobody's going to go out picking dandelions and cook them for dinner.
No, you can buy them in wonderful bulk supply.
Where?
I have a lot of it. I have a ton of it. So we have it on our site, but you can go anywhere and buy dandelion.
And then what do you do? Just chew them down?
No, because it's medicine. So what I'm going to ask everybody to do is go do your research before you start just grabbing mushrooms, before you start grabbing herbs and all the things that everybody tells you are great. Stop and actually look at your own symptoms and look at what those herbs and medicines do. And then ask yourself if you need them at that moment. Everything's prescriptive. Everything. Let's just take it real simple with pharmaceuticals.
Yeah.
Pepto-Bismol. It's pink. It's cute. It looks like candy. It kind of sort of tastes minty like candy. I've heard it's good for your stomach. I'm going to go drink Pepto-Bismol because I heard it's good for your stomach.
Instead of researching it to find out.
That's not the way you apply medicine. And God gave us certain things for medicine.
Okay.
Herbs and roots, that's medicine. Fungus, like mushrooms, that's medicine. It's all really great. It's all really great for you, but it's not great unless you need it. It's prescriptive. So some things should be in our diet every single day.
And some not.
And some don't need to be every day. And what we tend to do in our United States is, I heard this is great. It's a superfood. I'm going to fill my body full of this superfood right now. Well, it's like throwing your car from first gear into fifth gear. You don't need to boost everything. You need to modulate. Your body can't process everything coming your way. I remember the first time I realized that was the case, and this would have been back in like 99, 98, somewhere in there. So 97, actually, probably 97. It was miso. I love miso. Miso's great. Can't have it anymore because it has too much soy in it. I can't have soy. But miso was great for you. I went to Japan. We had Japanese people living with us all the time for years, and I loved miso. Well, too much of anything will make you sick. I ended up overloading my body so much with all of the Japanese food that was so good for you. It is so good for you. I ended up overloading my body so much with that that it threw me into kind of a diabetic sort of a state. And I couldn't understand why I was eating what was good for me. It's good for me. Why is my blood sugar spiking all over the place? Well, back then we just didn't have all of the knowledge at our fingertips in the same way.
Yeah.
I didn't put two and two together. I was allergic to soy. Not only was I allergic to soy, the other thing that miso is made out of is barley. I was allergic to barley. I didn't know. And it was spiking my blood sugar. It was spiking my inflammation. It was spiking everything. So I've had to stop eating an awful lot of things. And will it be forever? I don't know.
Yeah.
It could be just while I heal. And it might be forever. But the altar was made, so it's fine.
Right.
And so each person, literally, because of their genetics, because they live in this world, in whatever location they live in, are going to have to do a lot of their own research. Now, what we're doing with our 30-day stays, people are coming for 30 days to stay. It is a full-on turnaround lifestyle that involves all the blood work, everything that's needed to start to get their habits in action. Brand new habits. It's going to take brand new, all the way around habits.
Hey, you guys, I just want to thank Amazing Life Foundation for making what I do here on this podcast possible. They are my rally team, my biggest supporters. Without Amazing Life, this podcast would not be coming to you. They've just got this insane team of editors. I've just had the best of the best, and I want to just give them a shout out. There's a lot of beautiful things that are coming out of Amazing Life Foundation, and I want you to stay tuned for some of those things. But I just want to shout out to them and thank them for making this podcast possible and bringing this podcast to you every Wednesday, and letting me do what I love to do. Okay, so wait, before you, because that's like the final clap here. That what you guys are starting, based on the fact that your journey in the last 3 years of doing this and researching it for what your body has had to deal with, for what all of the problems and all of the historical things that started way back when, and getting your body in alignment and starting to be like, okay, my body is not great with soy. My body's not great with barley. My body does better with this kind of water. My body does better with these kind of herbs and stuff. And you start going after that. And when do you start seeing a change? When you're going back to your oncologist or back to your doctors, and you're not doing what they're telling you to do by stuffing a needle in your arm and being full of chemotherapy, but the margins of your tumors are starting to disappear.
So all the way back, remember, the name was given me then. We bought the building that we're opening up in before I ever knew I had cancer to have a clinic.
In Indiana. You get to Indiana. When did you guys get to Indiana?
2016.
You move out of Dallas to Indiana. You buy this convalescent hospital?
No, it was a home for widows.
Home for widows. But it's like, what is it? 18 what?
It was built in 1888.
1888, this beautiful mansion in this small Main Street town of what part?
It's in LaPorte. So it means the door. And it's outside of Chicago by about an hour and a half. It's 35 minutes from Notre Dame, right by the Great Lakes. It's great.
Beautiful little town.
I love it.
The place is stunning. You and Darren buy that place.
Now that was one place, but we bought a clinic.
Right. And then you started buying like buildings down on Main Street and not even really where, this is like, I think what catches me is like, the Lord's like, buy that building. And you're like, okay, we can buy the building. And then the way that you're doing everything in these buildings kind of is mind-blowing to me with what you're selling and then how you're buying things and all this. It's just this beautiful, she was talking to me about it last night, this beautiful tithing technique that is stunning to me. But you buy this clinic.
I bought a clinic.
An empty building that used to be a clinic, and you don't know why.
Well, it did have renters in it when we bought it, but I knew it would be the clinic that I'd always envisioned. I knew it would be.
Way back from the day
I knew. Turnaround lifestyle.
Turnaround lifestyle.
I knew.
But you don't have cancer when you buy the building.
Well, I probably did.
Well, yeah, but you don't know that you have cancer.
I didn't know it. Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah. So
now you're in the middle of the journey, right?
These protocols that the Lord had me doing. Let me cut to the chase on this. I've had 3 clean PET scans.
Right.
I have in my right breast 3 titanium markers from the biopsy that was the original biopsy. I'll say this out loud. I do regret doing the biopsy the same way you would regret poking a water balloon. I do regret doing the biopsy. I went from 3 tumors to 5 tumors.
By doing the biopsy.
Shouldn't say that out loud, but yeah. So I have had 3 clean PET scans now.
Okay, but
I still have the titanium markers. They're holding on to nothing now. They were where the tumors are. Now there's no tumors.
And can you talk about your experience in whatever clinic that you went to, and that experience of the blood?
Ask that question a different way.
I
know what you're talking about.
The most profound story that you told me before that first PET scan was clean.
Yep, I'll tell you that. All right, so I had gone to a cancer treatment center. That's the one that felt like a morgue, right?
Yes.
All right, went there.
You walked out of that one.
Walked out. And the breast surgeon said that she wanted to do a mastectomy. The oncologist prior to her, because it was one ecosystem, told me that this should be a pretty cut and dried, simple case of cancer. He said, if you're going to have cancer, at least this is a good kind of cancer. And so he had hope. He'd sent me to the breast surgeon, and he says, we'll do whatever she says. Well, she said I had to have a full mastectomy. So that didn't make sense to me. And I said, is there any other thing we can do? Can we try any other thing? Because I was worried about my arms. She said, I cut breasts. That's all she said, and walked out. Went to another place to get a second opinion, and a different breast surgeon said the same thing. All right. So I'm done with breast surgeons. I had talked to 3 of them by that time. Done with breast surgeons. After living on the protocol for 3 solid years, and I had clean PET scan.
The protocol that God had told you to do, food, everything removed, yeah.
I got tired of doing the protocol after 3 years, and I heard about a vaccine for cancer. And I thought, I want to go do this vaccine for cancer because I don't want to deal with this lifestyle anymore. I want to go.
Yeah, because it's a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Now I'm resigned. It's a lot.
Yeah.
And I felt like he said yes. We had heard about a place at the very beginning of the journey, and he told me no. Then same place. I called them 3 different times. And each time the Lord said, no.
Yeah.
This time there was a vaccine that I found out about. It's the same place. And this time my husband felt like I should go. And I felt like I should go. And partly because I just really wanted to be done with having to live so tight.
Yeah.
But we also had God's peace. So that's how I am led, is by his peace and lack of. That is so important to me.
And aren't you like, my first reaction would be like, just the word vaccine.
Oh,
like,
well,
what's that going to shoot into my body?
Yeah, no, I did a lot of research. So they actually make it with your own blood. They take your own blood and separate out the red blood cells. And then they have the white blood cells and the cancer cells. And they, in a petri dish, literally teach the white blood cells to fight cancer cells. Then after there's this super army of white blood cells that they put it back in you. And then it's teaching your whole body to fight cancer. So I got there already clean PET scan, just simply to do what's called the dendritic cell vaccine. And I do think I recommend that, but that cannot do the work by itself. What I discovered when I got there is that the protocol the Lord had put me on that whole time, and with my own cobbled together version of the protocol, it's pretty much what they do there. And they've been healing cancer for 70 years there prior to the vaccine.
And this is in Mexico.
Mm-hmm. Tijuana. It's Dr. Contreras, to be very specific, Oasis of Hope, and I love them so much. But the protocol is the same. And so the only thing different is that dendritic cell. You still can't do it until you've done the other pieces. You need to get the inflammation in control. You need to learn how to live a lifestyle that will maintain that healing. Because it's still your own white blood cells that are confused to begin with, that are fighting cancer. You've got to get your body to listen to you. So what I found out when I got there, to my gratefulness and dismay simultaneously, was that it's a life sentence. I get to live on the protocol I've been living on till I go see Jesus. And that's fine.
Now, what about healing?
What about it?
Like, what about, do you feel like this journey has been God being like, that's your healing?
Yes.
Or do you still pray for like absolute radical healing?
Yes.
Where you don't have to be on the protocol, but that you have the mentality to stay healthy.
So about that, what the Lord's told me is that living in this world is going to require the constant living in a state of healing.
Okay.
We just have to. We have to live in a state of constantly stewarding this gift in order to continue to live here. It's a toxic world.
Yeah.
It just is now. His ways work. The Bible works. When you put food in place in your body prescriptively by faith, in the ways that he asks us to prepare it, it all matters.
Okay.
He's smart.
Yeah.
He knew.
Okay, so you and Darren now have this building.
Mm-hmm.
You've got ding, 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 a .com that you've had for over 30 years. And the Lord brings us back around as you realize that you've been following the Lord in the journey of the healing of your own body.
Well, what stopped the clinic from starting, though, Rita, was the cancer diagnosis. I was in Costa Rica with my husband and sons, and we were in the pool. And I remember telling my sons about what we were fixing to do at the clinic and what we were going to put in place before
you ever got the diagnosis.
Yeah.
So God kind of just prepares you, and now
I just didn't know I'd need it.
Yeah. And you've got this building. Is it up and running?
October 16th is our soft opening.
October 16th is your soft opening. Tell this audience what that building is all about.
Yep. So it's a hub. It's called 714, Studio 714. That's the actual building. And 714 is, chronicles, if my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven, forgive their sin, and heal their land. I've prayed that forever.
Yeah.
I've read that forever, and I've prayed over our land. And one day the Lord just said, "What land?" And I said, "The land." And as I was talking about the land, like in our country, the land, the world, he showed me himself scooping down and picking up a pile of dirt and making a man with it. And he says, "Why don't we start with the pile of dust you are?"
Wow.
And the building's address is 714.
That's so good, yeah.
And so that's how we got there. Studio 714. It's where God does his work in his studio, like a potter.
Yeah.
Right? And the tagline is wellness by design. Our intelligent designer who created everything can recreate me, can fix whatever's broken in there. So that's the whole idea of it. And inside of it is Get Well Massage. It's not yoga classes, infrared saunas, far infrared saunas to be specific, with salt cave. And we've got biblical counseling in there. Let's see, an apothecary where we're making our own bath and body products in addition to a full-on apothecary. What else is in there?
We're doing
hyperbaric chamber, we're doing cryotherapy. That has not come in yet. That'll be there. I just am I'm just putting the building together. I'm just putting.
And then aren't you like structuring a program where it's like a 30-day program?
So that's
for
called
people?
Turnaround Lifestyle.
Turnaround Lifestyle.
So everything we offer at Studio 714, plus a whole lot of other things are going to be happening, and we're hosting it. So Darren and I are hosting that at our house. So that will be at the Old Ruth. Everyone who's part of Turnaround Lifestyles is a guest at the Old Ruth. And so
in that 30 days, because you've got this big old widow's home that you've kind of transformed.
22 suites and bathrooms, and each suite has its own bathroom. It's beautiful. It's an amazing place. It's full of the peace of God, and it is its own blue zone of its own kind. Because the women that would move in there were biblical widows, and they would move in at age 60. I know Ruth Saban had this amazing vision. They would move in at age 60, and they would live there. Most of them over 40 years. And so it became a blue zone of its own kind. And that's actually part of why it didn't make it. Women lived for over 40 years and they weren't charging except for the original buy-in. They would originally buy in and then stay. And her rules were bring it all, leave it all. Whatever you have, bring it. If you have somebody to leave it to, go give it to them. And so she was just kind of a tough old bird. She was 88 when she built the place. And those old women lived there climbing up and down 4 flights of stairs every day. It was built before plumbing and before electricity. It's a marvel. It's on the historical registry, and it's phenomenal.
Beautiful, just pictures that I've seen.
And it's on 4 acres right there in the heart of the city. Anyway, those that are in the Turnaround Lifestyle are mine and Darren's guests at the house.
At the house.
And so they'll stay there for a whole entire month, and we will help them to battle their own habits.
And that's what you feel like years ago, the Lord actually was like, this is what you're going to end up doing.
That's one of the pieces of the puzzle. Yeah.
Wow. That's
so I'm not the doctor. I'm not the one doing.
But do you have doctors on staff?
We have an RN on staff.
Yeah.
So the different pieces are there. Like we have an It's Not Yoga. I keep saying It's Not Yoga teacher that's doing her piece. Jeannie is doing the biblical counseling. That's what she is. We've got life coaches. Everybody's doing their very own pieces that they're expert at. I do need and am hunting for a holistic doctor.
Yeah.
I feel like they get hired in year 2. I've got doctors I'm working with, and we'll Zoom them in.
Yes.
But for the program, it's habit forming. It's a turnaround lifestyle
from habits that you have had.
Yeah.
That now are you looking for people that just are like, I'm in some horrible habits for my body, my joints are crazy, or are you ready to take on cancer patients?
I am confident about this. For those who have been sent home to die, where medical world has said we've done all that we know how to do, call hospice. I've met so many of them. It makes me angry. I've met so many of them, and they're not ready to die. They don't want to die. Yeah. They don't feel in their body like they're really going to die, but they've been told, this is all we know how to do. Yeah. I've met so many. I don't see anywhere biblically where we're supposed to just accept that prognostication. God's the author of life and death. And I think we live until we die. Yeah. So I don't know that hospice is the only answer. I want to live until I die. Yeah. So just come live with me. I'm going to live until I die. It might be in a week. It might be in 10 years. It might be in 50. It won't be 50. But who knows? Yeah. It could be today on my way home in the plane. I don't know. I want to be ready, and I want to live fully and take care of what God's given me to take care of. Yeah. So that I can hear in that area also, well done. And you're looking for people that are ready for that. We can house 96 people for 2026. And so that's all I can do. I can only do 96 people. Yeah. And we're going to do 8 different cohorts, and they're each a month, and we're going to take 12 people at a time. So people who have been diagnosed with autoimmune disease and have to now learn how to deal with that. Okay. People who have metabolic syndrome and have to learn how to deal with that.
Okay.
Very specifically how to, fight cancer cells.
Yeah.
We can't cure cancer. I'm not allowed to even say that.
Yeah, yeah.
We can teach someone who's battling cancer how to battle smart.
Yeah.
We can help them to help their bodies.
Which is what you feel like God's asked you to do.
100%.
That's what you feel like God's asked you to do.
So I had the privilege of knowing all my grandparents, all of them, and my great-grandparents. That's such an amazing gift. I also watched them all die and get old and die. Some of them did it better than others, for sure. But I spent my childhood in and out of hospitals with them. And, Romans 7 is just true. Why do I do the things I don't want to do?
Yeah.
And don't do the things I do want to do? I know that medical science is who replaced my grandmother's valve in her heart. And I know that valve bought her an extra 10 years.
Yeah.
Medical science did that. No two ways about it. But the person that put herself there, they can't help.
Right. Okay. That's
that
so good to
person
say. Yeah.
has to go home with themselves.
Right.
Wherever you go, there you are. That person still has to go home with themselves.
Yeah.
So I want to help that person to learn how to battle. But here's the deal. I can help you learn how to battle what you're battling, but I'm not going to battle you and what you're battling.
Right.
So you already have to have your mind made up. You're
Ready.
going to turn around your life.
Yeah.
And you just need the tooling. You need the community around you. You need the help. You need the prayer. We have chapels every day. God's with us. He's healer.
Yeah. How do people find out about this?
Well, this is the first time I've talked about it. So here we are.
Which is so great.
So turnaroundlifestyle.com currently, Turnaround Lifestyle, no S on the end, just turnaroundlifestyle.com is up. It's currently just kind of a landing page.
Yeah.
It's up. I'm an aim, shoot girl, and we've been building for a while. So it's ready, and I'm going to guinea pig it with me and my friends. So if you want to be my friend, come along.
Yeah.
Come live with me.
Does that have information on that
a little bit.
front page where they can email you guys and say,
sure.
hey, I saw this and I'm...
For sure.
Yeah, okay. That's great.
For sure.
That's great.
I like I said, it's a life sentence for me. I'm going to continue learning to live this way. Because if I don't, lipedema will move into stage not good. And cancer will return. That's how cancer works.
Yeah.
It's smart and sneaky. You got to out-sneak it. And you need the Lord constantly, and you need to live in his ways. I haven't met anybody who doesn't have cancer return in some fashion yet. I've not met one yet. So I believe that it's a lifestyle and it's a journey, and I think it's forever. I think we live this way always.
When you think about the Jennie that got the diagnosis 3 years ago and the Jennie today, what is the biggest takeaway for you because it's been a long 3 years, Jennie, and the fact that you're such a private person, the fact that you're willing now to be like, nope, we're doing this. We got to get the word out. We got to, like, what is the biggest, obviously the transformation that isn't any more cancer in your body is pretty amazing. But like, what is that you would say my breathtaking takeaway of this and all of the hard work? Because you did say it's like, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
What is the stabilizing thing for you that you're like, this is why I am here?
Here still on the earth, here in your house.
Here still on the earth. Like,
I'm not done. I wanted to go home. I asked the Lord if we could just go home.
Yeah.
No, I'm here.
I mean, because you've been a songwriter and a publishing songs and
still
working
all those
you
things.
Still all those things, but there was a time when that was the focus.
Yeah, I think that's the big thing, is that God is. We tend to compartmentalize so many things, and the overarching whole God that we serve, who wants to wholly love every part of us wholly with every part of who he is, leaving nothing untouched by his grace and his glory. I think that's been the biggest aha.
Yeah. For you. Do you feel like that the stride for that has become like,
he gets to have everything. I didn't know that I had anything withheld. I don't think I had anything that I purposefully did withhold.
Yeah.
But how integrated into every single thing our God is.
Yeah.
How utterly involved in every single thing he is or wants to be and is. That's been the huge thing. Like I said, cancer might be the best thing that ever happened to me.
Right, because
it required a complete remodel and turnaround of everything.
Oh.
Literally. A complete rehab of this habitation and this habitation.
Yeah.
Everything. And what I do with my hands, the work of my hands, everything. And it's not that he wasn't in all of it before, and it's not that I didn't obey before, because I did. When God speaks, I move fast.
Yeah. I always have been.
I move really fast. I should ask questions before I move, but I don't. When he says it, I do it. Buy that building, I buy it. And then I'm like, okay, now what? It's that he's pulled it all together. So it's not so isolated anymore. It's not like a bunch of different things that I run to and fro. It's all one giant move of God. And I have permission to sit in the middle of a move of God and let him do all the running and the spinning. And I just sit in his hands.
Yeah. Has that been the biggest probably thing? Is
That's
just
the biggest.
Stop spinning.
That's the biggest, for sure. That is for sure the biggest.
What would you say? I know you've heard me talk about this before. I ask it to so many people here on the podcast. The difference between burning and gifting. Like burning is like the fuel in your car. Gifting is what you do with your... in all of that being said, what is your burn? What do you walk into a room and leave in the atmosphere?
Oh, I don't know that. I don't know what I leave in the atmosphere. I hope it's good. I don't know that. I should find that out.
Because I think that's the essence of why you were born. Whatever God put in you is the thing that you walk into any room. Like for me, it's courage. Like I'll walk in and it's really all about every day. It's about throwing courage in the atmosphere, throwing courage on people's lives, or trying to encourage them. Like, is restoration your deal?
Potentially. There's never been a moment where I didn't have a love for restoration.
Yeah. I mean, even
like as a child.
Yeah.
Always.
Back in the day, when I say back in the day.
Restoration, but also becoming everything that you can be.
Yes. Or transformation. Restoration and transformation.
Yes.
Because ever since
I
I've
need to see
known
the lights
you,
turn on. I am not content until I see lights turn on.
Yeah.
And so it deeply bothers me if something's still sitting there dark, not shined up yet.
Yeah.
It bothers me. I want it to come to its maximum potential, whether it's a person and their gift set or their mindset.
Yeah.
Now also including their health, or whether it's a vision for a work or a movement, whatever it is. I think bringing dead things to life is a big deal.
Yeah.
The wilderness blooming.
Yeah, that's so good.
Making everywhere I step blossom, flourish, bloom, and rise.
Has it made you too, like in this season that you're like, okay, now I gotta, like, has it made you kind of come out with the voice of saying, I think I've got something that's going to help people? Because that seems scary to you.
To say it?
Yeah, to say it out loud.
Because I'm not a doctor.
Yeah, but it's not about...
And I don't want to be Forrest Gump.
Right, but it isn't, you're not, like, in anything you said, I don't hear you saying that it's almost like I learned how to actually just listen to my body and listen to the Lord say, hey, your body doesn't like that. Your body doesn't like that. It didn't make your body to like those things.
I can say, follow me as I follow Christ.
Yeah, I think that's safe.
Follow me as I follow Christ. And the minute I'm not, don't follow me. But I pray I will always will. And then I also still, again, want to say, everybody is unique. We're all made in his image, and his word is very prescriptive. The prescriptions are prescriptions. They are for specific ailments, for specific moments. And so come follow me as I follow Christ. I would love to work with anybody who has faith to come live with me.
Yeah.
Literally and figuratively. Come live with me.
And
come be in my house. Go
after health.
Come be in my house. We'll do it together. I struggled's too, not quite the right word. Lord, do I invite people on a journey that doesn't have the big exclamation mark at the end? Don't I need to have years with here is the complete and total way? And I know it works. And here's the definitive period at the end of the sentence. And he said, no. He said, the journey is the journey, and it's all the way home.
Yeah. Hey, everybody, this is Rita Springer. Thank you so much for coming in and joining me on the podcast here with Worship is My Weapon. There's a lot of things I'm doing right now, and one of the things that we provide alongside this podcast is a newsletter that we send out to those of you that are subscribed, where I just answer questions and kind of give you information. And sometimes you guys are able to write in with questions that you just are curious about. We love that. We love that interaction. I actually love to interact with those of you that want something a little bit more beyond the podcast. So if that's you, make sure to get our newsletter, sign up for our newsletter, subscribe to the newsletter, and stay in touch with all the things that we're doing here on the podcast in that newsletter.
So the fourth thing he told me, remember I said there were three things, the fourth one? He told me the cure for cancer is already out there. And that I would find it in my lifetime.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know that 3 years ago. It's out there. It can be done.
Yeah.
I have every confidence. That God's ways work.
Yeah.
But then I'm going to just say this. Again, every one of us go home. Every one of us end our life on this planet.
Yeah.
We get to do it one time.
Yeah.
I want to do it really well.
Yeah.
We don't get to decide how we go. Maybe we do. I don't know. God is author. So he's author.
Yeah.
He's the beginning and the end, and he knows. I'm not going to wake up in heaven tomorrow and him be surprised. It's not going to happen. Right. The quality of life that we have on this side, as much as it is in our power, I think we need to live for the glory of his name, because he's quality. He is excellent.
Do you think, Jennie, that, that whole good, well done, good and faithful servant has something to do with not just what you did to spread the gospel, but what you did to actually live well yourself?
Just live. Make it your ambition to live a quiet and godly life.
Good. It's so good.
Ambition, such an odd word to put there.
Yeah.
I mean, a quiet and godly life sounds like a dream come true.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
Oof. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The fact that he has to say, make it your ambition, it's not easy.
Yeah.
This world, it's not easy. I want to live a quiet and godly life.
Yeah. That's good.
I want Jesus to be remembered.
Yeah. Turnaroundlifestyle.com. Go to turnaroundlifestyle.com if you feel like the Lord is just like, I want to get my body whole.
Yeah.
And or go look at what she's doing.
We're going to learn to cook.
Yeah.
We're going to learn all kinds of things. We're going to write songs.
Yeah.
Art.
So great.
I've got different people doing different things.
Is all of that going to be on that website?
I've not put all of it out there.
You need to get your act together and do it.
I have my act together. I'm just, yeah.
What you're not in, like technology or whatever, just make sure you get the people to do it.
Yeah.
So
it's
good.
it's the constant aim, shoot. I'm going to shoot.
I love that though. I think that's so good for some people to see that it's okay. There's some of us that will
I won't have it all perfect before we start.
Yeah.
I think perfect's a destination, is a journey, not a destination.
Yeah.
So to put it off until it's perfect is going to mean we never do it.
You know what? The last thing I just want to say that just blesses me about you too is listening to all this story and being privy in the last 3 years to your journey and having to kind of be tight-lipped about it because
I told you right away.
Private. The thing that because I know you, I trust. Sometimes I may think you're a little wacky, but I actually trust the fact that you have such a lean onto the trust of the Lord, and that even if maybe something started out wacky, at the end of it, you would be fully in the zone with the Lord. But I'm just like kind of stunned too that here's this kid in your youth that, you want to sing, you're never going to make these records and you're never going to be the artist that has the voice. You have these beautiful, songwriting, storytelling messages about writing the song that your voice didn't carry in Revelation song. Job carried the song. But I can't get away from the fact that here's this young girl that writes, holy, holy, holy. And you write this insanely beautiful song called Revelation Song that is the gift to the church. And it is the thing that all the way to now, I see that fueling everything that you've got your hand in.
It's true.
It's just that to me is the most stunning thing. It's like, holy, holy, holy is the Lord God Almighty is the thing that is building the buildings and doing this thing. And you're giving back to the Lord. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord God Almighty. And I want to just say to you, that to me has been one of the most precious things about you, that the God can't trust a lot of people, but he sure can trust you, Jennie.
Oh, Rita.
And man, when you have the trust of the Lord, that's almost a scarier place. But that's what I've known about you for so long, is that, man, when God trusts people, he puts his hand on people like you. You are the most giving, generous, kind, thoughtful. You're always thinking about people. And I do want to prophetically say that you will come into the understanding in this season of being first and not thinking of yourself as the last. Because that's a very interesting thing for people that are humble. But there's a beauty in when there's a revelation of, I'm thought about first from the Lord. So I think that's just, I wanted to say that in closing here, that
thank you for that.
Anyway,
thank you for making a way for voices to be heard and stories to be told.
Yes, especially something like this when there's health involved and wholeness that will be people's journey. This is how many people will actually come to wholeness in mind, body, and spirit. And I really actually believe that, because I've seen such a transformation in you in the last 3 years of when that first phone call came, and I could hear the fear in your voice of the unknown. Yeah. But it's so beautiful because you've stuck with it all these years, and it is a massive, just lifetime transformation of being like, oh, when you've got a box and you got the picture, but all the pieces are laying on the table, and then the Lord starts putting together the pieces. It's actually kind of great. So
I've learned how to sleep.
Yeah.
I like sleep.
Sleep is
one of my mottos used to be, I'll sleep when I'm dead.
Yeah.
Well, that was getting me there quicker than not.
Yikes. That's amazing. Well, thanks so much, Jennie, for being
Thank you, Rita, so much.
Today. Yeah, it's awesome.